Hi, this is Miss Lisa from the Haywood County Public Library, and I'm here today to show you how to make this cool paper plate yarn art. There will be take and make kits available at every branch of the Haywood County Library, but if you don't make it in to get a kit, that's okay, because if you follow the video, you can see how to make this yourself using some simple supplies that you should have at home. Your kit will contain a paper plate with a design drawn on it, some yarn, and a plastic needle. We chose a snowflake pattern, but if you choose to do your own design, just draw it onto the plate, then take a push pin and poke holes at all the intersecting lines and poke a hole in the center. Now you're ready to begin. So we're going to begin by threading your needle. Now you can take the yarn and cut it in half if you'd like to, because I gave you quite a bit of yarn. But thread the needle and then tie a knot, preferably a double knot, in the end of the yarn, just like this. Okay, now we're ready to sew. You're going to put the yarn through the hole in the middle of the plate. Pull it all the way through. If it gets knotted, just gently try to stretch out the yarn and get the knots out. This will happen several times as you're sewing, I'm sure. Now you're going to be doing the pattern on the opposite side of the plate, so you want to look at the holes as you're figuring out how to sew. Push the needle through a hole and pull the yarn through, and then go through another hole. And you're going to keep doing this while you're making your pattern. It is possible that you'll go through some holes more than one time, but you want to stitch. You can look at the pattern on the opposite side of the plate to kind of help guide you, but you're going to want to go from hole to hole, making your pattern. I'm going to speed up the video a little bit because this does take some time to get it all done. So just watch and see what's happening here. Again, you may have to untangle your yarn several times because it does, with the length that we're using, it does get a little knotted. So just carefully try to get the knots out. As you can see, there is a pattern forming now on the plate, and we're just going to keep going. And making the pattern. As I said, I've speeded it up just a little bit for the sake of time. And you can see how the pattern is developing. Again, you probably will go through some holes several times to stitch the pattern, and that's okay. Just very gently stick your needle through. You don't want to rip the plate too much. All right, and you can see how this is going. And you're just going to continue all the way around the plate. right, here you can see that I'm about halfway done with the pattern. It's starting to look really cool. Just keep stitching. Go from hole to hole. Just take your time. You'll probably have to pull out some knots. As I said in the beginning, you can cut your yarn in half to make it just a little bit easier to do this. But if you leave it the whole length, just remember you're going to probably have to be pulling out some knots here and there as you go along. Don't pay attention to what it's looking like on the bottom side of your plate. That's not important because we want the design to be on the opposite side. And again, you can do any design you want. We chose a snowflake because it's winter, but you could draw just about any design you want if you wanted to replicate this yourself. Yeah, and here I'm having to get out some knots. We're going to keep going. Just take your time and keep stitching. This is a really good activity. It's helpful with fine motor skills, and it's a good introduction to sewing for children. All right, you can see here that we're almost completed with this pattern. Just a few more stitches to go here. It's turning out really pretty. You can use different colored yarn to make your pattern. You can draw different designs. It's just a really fun activity. As you can see, we're on the last few stitches, and then I'll show you what to do to tie it off when you're done. Here we go, just a couple more. All right, we're on the final stitches here. Okay, you're going to flip your plate over, and we're just going to tie a knot there on the back of your plate. You can tie it to another piece of thread or a piece of yarn, excuse me. Or you can just make a knot in the end before you cut it off, which is what I'm doing. And then I'm just going to take some scissors and carefully cut off the excess yarn and turn it over, and there you have a beautiful piece of yarn art. Hope you enjoyed this video. Come by and see us at the Haywood County Public Library and pick up a Take and Make kit. They'll be available at all the library branches while supplies last. Thanks. Have a great day.